Here's a favorite customer success story of mine featuring Erica Martina. So, welcome to today's live. Hey, everybody, it's Wahemi. Let me know in the comments what you've been up to this bank holiday weekend and how you spent it, what fun things you did. And if you're watching this live today, then it's just gone 22 minutes past 5. If you're watching this on the replay, then comment hashtag replay. And if this is your first time watching any video content of mine, then put in the comments newbie, just so I know how new you are to my content. Just to let you know, because I'm using Restream, I can't see comments that people are making. So I will be toggling between screens just to see if anyone has made any comments, just to ensure that I stay engaged with my audience. So today I'm basically going to be talking about my favorite client success story, sharing basically kind of like what was the situation for her before I started working with her. What were the problems that she was experiencing, like the blockages, how we worked together to help her overcome those blockages, and then also looking at, what was it that made Erica life a success, and also then looking at also like what does it take to be a successful client. And then at the end of this, I'm going to be off giving you a special gift. So, that's going to be something that you can take away and really hopefully it will help you start making changes in your life and use Erica's story as inspiration to help you. So let's dive into the content. So my client success story was a lady called Erica Martina. So if you look at the picture, that's Erica. I don't know where in America she is. I think she might be in San Francisco. I'm not sure if it's the Golden Gate Bridge. But that's Erica in one of her latest trips to America. And she's following her passion as a travel blogger, and she's getting paid, quite handsomely for it. And she's doing what she loves. And as you can see in the photo, she's really happy, and, she doesn't look like she has a care in the world. Erica's able to travel all over the world doing what she loves. And, how many of you would love to be able to do that, or, do a job that, makes you have that fulfillment, that you wake up every morning with passion and you're excited and it's going to be a good day, rather than what a lot of people have is, on a Sunday, they dread going into work. They wish the weekend could be longer, and they're just not happy in their job, and it's not their passion, and they don't feel fulfilled. They just feel like they're going through the motions. So with Erica, her being fulfilled and happy wasn't always the case. Like when I first met Erica, she was suffering from low self-esteem after unsuccessful marriage. She'd been married for about 15 years. And it was a very toxic relationship. And when she finally divorced from her partner, like she was at rock bottom. Her self-esteem was really low. She had lots of body self-conscious around how she looked. She was unhappy in terms of her life. She felt like she was worth more, but just wasn't really going anywhere. She tried all the things you'd think of, like self-help books. She listened to podcasts. She watched motivational videos, and nothing seemed to change no matter what she tried. She was working as a charity marketing manager and working very long hours in that role, like finishing, say sometimes 9 o'clock and starting work around 7. And of course, she didn't really live in London. She would have to get the train around like 4 in the morning to make sure she got to work at time, because she lived just outside of London. And, she also felt that the salary that she was earning really didn't match her skill set or her experience. And so that often left her feeling resentful, left her feeling like demotivated, that she wasn't really achieving her potential, and that she just wanted to leave her job, but she didn't know exactly how to, or what was the process enough to, allow her to do that. And she often complained about a lack of free time to pursue the things she loved. Like she didn't have any kids, but she had lots of nieces, and she loved spending time with her nieces, spending time with her family, writing travel blogs, and she just never really had the time to do a lot of those things because of her long working hours at her marketing job. And so that often as well, she felt that she was missing out on not only her niece's lives, which made her sad, but also missing out on doing the thing that she loved, because she felt that she came alive whenever she was doing her travel blogging, and like, and that was something that was like really getting her down. And also she was perpetuating like lots of negative self talk. So her mindset, because of her marriage breaking down, she felt that she was not attractive, she wasn't good enough, that she'd be alone, no one's going to love her again. That she felt that she was not making a difference in this world, that she wasn't good enough to leave her job, that was the best. She had all these negative beliefs, and then obviously there was all these negative emotions that were enforcing those beliefs. And also her mind started to think negatively. And then there's an old saying that you attract, like attracts like. And so with Erica, because she was negative, she only attracted other negative things. She wasn't able to attract positive things, and so because of that, that low self-esteem as well, she wasn't able to ever say no, or be able to deal with confronted situations or difficult conversations, and she wasn't able to put across her opinions in a way that that felt confident and had conviction. So that was also a reason why she'd end up spending long hours at work, because she'd never be able to say no. She'd get dumped with work from her manager, and then she'd end up spending long hours because she wasn't able to say no. And so she often also felt like not feeling deserving of or capable of or having more, which led to her having unfulfilling toxic relationships, like in terms of friendships, business relationships, or even personal relationships. She, obviously had an unsatisfied, low-paying job. She didn't feel that she was paid well in her job, and overall, she had lower standards, in terms of like her lifestyle. Like she was constantly eating junk food, living off microwave meals. She wasn't exercising. Before she got married, she used to dance a lot, and she stopped dancing, which was a form of exercise, and then she never picked that up again. And so, she was often complaining as well, like feeling tired, having headaches, struggling to focus, all these things that were coming from like a really bad lifestyle. And just to talk of, like I said, she felt that her career had stagnated and felt her life lacked purpose. She'd often think like, surely there's something more to her life than doing this marketing job, and feeling that she was missing out. And so how we managed to make Erica a success, and what was her actual story, was that first of all, we worked on Erica to first identify what was crippling her in terms of her self-beliefs, which were holding her back. So it was important originally for her to understand, and have clarity over like what were her beliefs that are limiting, having awareness of her mindset to notice that when she was talking to herself negatively, and also clearing, any past traumas or pains that were holding her back. Because if she didn't address these past traumas, then they would, the sensation would always be strong and they'd always be there holding her back. So we worked on, helping her to break free from the past, and be able to start looking and actually living now, which was a big thing. We created also new belief structures for her with supporting habits that reinforce the new beliefs. So we had her, like I said, stripping away all those negative beliefs and then creating a new structure that was based around like, making her feel good, that's showing that she was successful, and that's showing that, she can create the life that she wanted. And then also having the habits that would support that would allow her to, start taking actions, positive actions that reinforce those beliefs that would go deep into the subconscious mind. We also changed the way she talked to herself. So no longer was she talking to herself in a negative way. She was now talking to herself in a more supportive, positive, and showing herself compassion, especially when facing challenges. Because Erica was normally like, when she faced a challenge, she would beat herself up. She would make out that she's the worst person in the world, and she was really negative towards herself. And the problem with that, she was just creating this like negative energy bubble around her. and it was dripping away at her energy, dripping away at self-esteem, causing her to have mood swings. And these are all things that can happen when you're just constantly negative and thinking negatively. So, also showing her that, when she does face a challenge or she makes a mistake, that she can show herself compassion, that she can actually see that mistake or challenge as an opportunity to learn, develop, and grow herself. So we're talking about here totally shifting Erica's mindset from a negative one into a positive one. And we also helped Erica to unlock her purpose, which was writing travel lifestyle blogs. Now when I met Erica, she'd had actually quite a successful blogging site where she had over I think it was 20,000 people who subscribed to her blogs, and she used to write these amazing blogs on traveling, things like best places to eat, how to travel on a budget, all these really good articles. And I was saying to her, you need to pursue that more, because obviously when I hear you talking about this travel lifestyle blogs, she came alive. You could see that was what was excited about her. She also loved writing about, lifestyle. And I said to her, we need to look at how to monetize your following, because, obviously there's a lot of people who love your articles. Just going to check if anyone's any comments. Okay, no comments. Okay. Yeah, so we wanted to help her look at how we can monetize her landing page, and actually use that in a way to start earning her money from her blogs. So the first thing we looked at was her visibility on social media platforms. And Erica had a lack of presence on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So we needed to get her to have more presence on those platforms. So I told Erica that she needed to start doing educational videos on lifestyle and travel, and regularly put out lots of videos and do live videos, do Q&As on these kind of topics, and really put herself in a place where she can be seen as an expert within the travel and lifestyle industry. And that really helped her start to, get over her fear of being on video, and also start to get herself more exposed and actually get people to actually know who she was. Because at present, except for her landing page, a lot of people didn't know who she was. And so it was important that we started to get people to know who she was, understand her message, what she could offer, and how she could help the world. So doing that, the videos actually started to see a lot of traction. And we also got her to start using paid advertising. So, making her travel blog website a subscription that people could pay to go on to get that useful information, while keeping her videos on Instagram, on Facebook free. And then also using the back end of Facebook and Instagram to use paid advertisement, to drive traffic to her landing page, to give an offer, she could give a lifestyle coaching consultation, because she also had an interest in coaching people on lifestyle and travel. And also, doing a lead gen to then get clients she could coach with. So, we focused on this a social media strategy that would allow her to really grow her following and become more exposed to the world, so people actually were able to find her and actually know what it was she offered. And that really helped her, because within she went from having 0 followers within 2 to 3 months to then having over 30,000 followers on Instagram, which was huge, because she had a really good product in terms of her articles and her videos and in terms of the content she was giving. And one of the things that helped her, because of that large following, she was noticed by a massive magazine in the travel and leisure industry called Travel and Leisure Magazine. And like I said, they're one of the top magazines, and they loved her blogs. They loved, how she was able to, really provide lots of good content on different places she traveled to, and really give a different look on travel and leisure. For example, one of the things was how to travel on a budget, how to make friends abroad, and she'd go into proper detail, how to work out abroad and maintain a healthy lifestyle, how to find the best places to eat if you're a vegan in other countries. And it was really amazing content she was doing. And so they offered her a job to work for the magazine. Obviously, she took it because it was a great opportunity. But that really allowed her to have more exposure even on a grander stage, because obviously Travel and Leisure magazine has a massive presence on Instagram, Facebook, and social media. They have massive presence in that industry. So that really put her to the front of being an expert in that industry, and also allowed her to be able to then start doing what she loved, which was she quit her marketing job and then was able to then start traveling around the world, because the Travel and Leisure magazine required her to go to different places all over the world to write articles and produce good content. And so that meant she's able to work from everywhere she wanted to. She didn't have to be at home. She could work anywhere she wanted to. And that gave her freedom, better quality of life, and more time to spend with her family. And and it really allowed her to start also living her purpose, because this is what she wanted to do. And she just felt like life was falling into place. And one of the other things we also did, we gradually looked at increasing her comfort zone by getting her to take actions that took her out of comfort zone. So one of the things, for example, was quitting her job. I said to her, if you really want to make this travel blogging and lifestyle blogging a success, then you really need to leave your current marketing job and go fully into Travel and Leisure. Because at first you wanted to try and do part-time. I said to her, no, because what you're doing is you're basically dipping one foot in the pool and you keep one foot out. I said, you can't do that. You've got to jump and take the big lump. For example, I think I take it back to Indiana Jones movie, Last Crusade, where he's on the bridge, at the end of a cliff, and he has to take the giant leap of faith to then see that there's a bridge that he can cross over. And the same thing with Erica. I said to her, look, you have to take that jump, when you do that jump, you're actually committing to your desire, you're committing to your purpose. And her doing that, was a classic example of her being able to step out of her comfort zone. And then we also looked at other ways. I got her to get back into dancing. I got her to, get into exercising and having a healthy lifestyle, and start all these actions just increased her self-esteem and managed to make it start to go higher. It made her to have feel better and have a better relationship in terms of how she looked in her body, because obviously that was a massive issue for her in terms of her feeling comfortable body. We got her to feel comfortable in her body. We got her to start thinking more positively, and it was just massive in terms of her confidence. So, that was a key thing for Erica. And I also looked at time management strategies. Erica was really bad at time management when I met her. She was always unorganized and very bad. And this time what we did was I sat down with Erica and I said, you need to start thinking strategically. So with your, with your time, and said you start using your time better. So I want you to start looking at, what was your 12-month goal? And then we know your 12-month objectives, and then break that down into intervals. So what's your goal for 9 months? Goal for 6 months? You go for 3 months. And all these goals are working towards that 12-month goal. And so you want to start thinking that strategically and actually plan out your year of what you're hoping to achieve. And then also have a monthly calendar where each month you write down tasks you have to do, critical tasks that you have to do in terms of your job as a leisure and travel blogger, or in terms of your health, and look at all the key areas and then write down what are the key functions you have to be doing each month. And then also having review points, so you can review her performance and see that where she's making progress, where she's not making progress, and so she can always be able to optimize and develop herself. So that was a key thing. I also had to start thinking about her tasks in a more strategic way, breaking them down into best case scenario, worst case, and most likely scenario. Started thinking that way, and so she could actually have a more of a strategic head, which is looking at a different task. And then Also, like looking at ways she can like replace herself. Like, is there a way that she can um, share some of the tasks that she doesn't need to do? So, for example, I got her to get a virtual PA to help her with her admin, um, and to help her manage like her coaching clients, um, so that she didn't have to do that. Like manage in terms of scheduling appointments, keeping clients' information up to date, all those kind of things. She was able to outsource that to a virtual PA, and that allowed her to free up more time. And then also looking at how she's spending her day. And I said to her, look, we need to look at your habits again here, and look at how you spend your day. What you do in each hour to know how you're using your hours. So, for example, I got her to wake up earlier, um, to exercise and do her meditations and stuff, get that out of the way, and then that freed her up more time to then know that the exercise is out of the way, and then also getting her to cut down on things like Netflix or watching TV or things that weren't serving her, and decrease that. And that also allowed her to have more time, and also looking at making sure that she was spending her time with only people who were successful, motivating, and inspiring her, and her to then cut back time she was spending on people who were negative, complaining that are holding her back. And that was a massive shift in terms of her mindset and also in terms of her success, because when she started doing that, she saw a massive change in her success and also her mindset. So as I said before, we looked at how she could be strategically plan her objectives and goals. So I made sure every day that she would plan out exactly her goals, look at, how she's going to complete a goal, what are the kind of excuses that are going to come up for her, what are the obstacles that she's going to face, what resources she's going to need to do it, and what help she's going to need from other people to complete this objective or goal. And then at the end of the day, she would write down what she learned, what went well, what didn't go well, what she could improve next time. So she was starting to strategically plan and think more in a strategic manner. And then also get her to start being more, ask herself more inquisitive questions. Like whenever she faced a challenge or had a mistake, she'd ask herself, what should she learn from this mistake, or what does she need to do to overcome this challenge? And that, allowed her to actually, start expanding her mindset and her brains and create new neurons that made her think more out of the box. I made sure she committed also to regular daily self-care. Now, Erica didn't do any self-care because she never had the time previously to look after herself. She always put other people forward, first ahead, and put herself last. And I said, look, in your diary on a Sunday, you're going to write down every day, what self-care you're going to do today. Well, that could be a 20-minute walk, it could be going for a massage, it can be treating yourself to a nice dinner, spending time with your nieces, whatever it is that made her feel good. She had to commit to doing one thing a day that made her feel good, and that showed herself some self-love. And that, again, had a massive impact in terms of raising her self-esteem, and actually allowed her to feel good about herself and to feel confident. And when she feels confident, she was able to take action, have momentum, and then see results that have success. So as you can see, within 90 days of working together with Erica, she had the confidence to quit her job. She was hired by a top lifestyle magazine. She was able to have coaching clients, which was coaching on travel and lifestyle. Her income increased. Her confidence skyrocketed. She was able to create a whole new belief system and supporting habits that, reinforced this new positive way of thinking. And, she was able to start being more strategic and actually, plan for success, which is a key aspect. So, and also now she's got, like I said before, better quality of life. She has time freedom because she's able to travel around the world. She's able to do whatever she wants, whenever and wherever she wants to do it. And she's able to, she has more control of her life. And like that person in the photo, she's free. She's got fulfillment. She's happy. She's living her purpose. Now, wouldn't you all say that is a good result and a success story? I know for myself, if I was to hear that story, I think that's an amazing story. I'd love to have that same kind of success if I'd heard that story. So now we want to say, what was it that made Erica so successful? So we're going to be looking at the 7 traits of successful clients. What makes a successful client? So the first thing is, you want to be able to follow the process. So one thing Erica was able to do, was she was able to take on board my advice and implement it straight away. So if I said to her, Erica, go start creating videos, she'd straight away go do it. Without so speed of implementation was extraordinary. Like she was like what I'd call an A player. An A player is someone who, always gives 100%, takes action, massive action all the time, implements straight away, is keen to get results, and put in the work that's required behind it. So she's always able to implement tasks in a quick manner, and she always managed to focus on and finish the task at hand. So she never quit on herself. She didn't make excuses or allow excuses to get in the way of her. She always finished what she started, and she'd focus on one task. So she wouldn't do this thing like she had all these ideas, but I'd always say to her, focus on one task and finish it well. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but finish it well and make sure you finish to the end. And that's what she did. She took aboard my advice and would focus on one idea, do it really well, even if it's slow, and finish to the end and make sure that she's putting stuff out there, services or products that are of high quality. Number two, Erica was able to work on a single function and complete it in a strategic fashion. So she was able to, like I said, look at her tasks or her goals in a strategic way, or really breaking them down into smaller chunks, and then focus on what she needed to do to accomplish that task, and not allow distractions to get away ahead of her or stop her, and just, make sure that she had that clarity to complete what she needed to do. Number three, the ability to go deep in what you're working on at a deep and better level. And this is basically coming down to like, one thing I liked about Erica was, if I asked to go research something, she would, exhaust all opportunities. She'd look at every single possible thing there is on the topic. She would, make sure that, if she didn't know something, she'd go and get expert help, or she would read books, everything. Until she came up with she had 5 or 6, even more, types of information or resources that she'd used. She wouldn't come back to me and say, look, I don't know. She'd never come back to me and say, I don't know this. I don't know how to do this. She'd come back saying, look, I found out these 10 things. How can we use this information? So it's like researching. So basically, so it's using all resources and exhausting them, and that's the kind of mentality you want to have. Number 4, she always took huge action, and that's what I think about, what makes a successful client is this thing of taking action, because it's in the action taken that you see the growth and you start to see things change and you get success and results. If you don't take action, the only person you're failing is yourself. And that's one thing Erica didn't lack, but she was always willing to take action. She was always willing to put herself out there and face her fears. The amount of times she would text me or call me to say, look, we've just done this video. I was scared, but I've done this video. What do you think? It's on my Instagram. And I'd go on Instagram and I'd see the video and I think, wow, this is a really good content, educational video that is full of useful information. And about Erica, you've done amazing here. And that was the kind of thing, you want to be taking huge action every day. Do one thing a day that takes you out of your comfort zone. You want to research deeply. So as I said before, you want to exhaust all avenues. Own it and don't let excuses stop you. Number 6, you want to be not afraid to fail. And that's one thing I think a lot of people struggle with, that they fear failure or making mistakes. And they make the mistakes or failures mean that they're not a good person, they're not good enough, that, basically has a poor reflection on themselves as a person. And what you want to do is actually not see it as any reflection. You just see it as, okay, look, as opportunity to grow, develop, and do better. So whenever you make a failure, it's an opportunity for you to take stock and look at it and think, okay, well, what can I learn from this? What went well, what didn't go well, and how can I improve my service so, I correct the error that happened here. And that's one thing that, for example, with Erica, she wasn't afraid of mistakes or failure, and that's what successful people do. they don't see failure or mistakes as a bad thing. They see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. And so whenever they face that, they just think, okay, this is a good opportunity. What can I learn from this? Rather than saying it as, oh, I'm not good enough, and making it mean that they're not good enough and then quitting or not taking action. That's a poor person mentality. So you want to start to learn to love failure and see it as your best friend. Start to love the odd time we can make mistakes. I'm not saying go out and make mistakes. What I'm saying is when you do, because we are human, when you do make a mistake, don't take it personally. And then number 7 was you want to stop being a perfectionist and pull the trigger. So what this means is basically like the amount of times where I see people saying to me like, oh, I can't start a business because I haven't got my hand to up a website out, or I can't put out videos because I don't have a camera stand, or whatever it is that they feel that they need to have before that they put something out. And I think that's being a perfectionist is toxic because it leads to procrastination and it leads to you not taking action. And what we want to learn is to pull the trigger. So, rather than allowing excuses to hold you back, just do it. So if you need to do live videos, just do it. If you make mistakes, doesn't matter. Do the live video, and then you'll learn from mistakes. With repetition, you start to become, you start to improve, you start to become better, and you start to upskill in confidence and in ability. So you just need to learn to start pulling the trigger. Stop being a perfectionist and pull the trigger. And actually, so you start taking actions. This goes back to that. Just put it out there, and whatever the feedback you get is what's going to allow you to learn and develop yourself. So don't take it personally. Just say, okay, great. The product isn't good enough right now. People have concerns of it. How can I address these concerns? That's how you want to be thinking in a more positive, strategic way. So stop being a perfectionist is poison. Just want to see if there's any comments now. Okay, no comments. Perfect. Okay. Current slide. So if you found this PowerPoint really useful, and you felt like Erica's story was inspiring for you, that you learned a lot about how to be successful. You learned a lot of how Erica was able to, overcome her hurdles and, take the step to creating a life that meant she had quality freedom, that she was able to earn lots of money, she was happy, she lived in a purpose. If you felt inspired by this story, then I want to let you know that it's possible for you to have the same, that you yourself can also, learn to overcome your blockages, increase your confidence, increase your income, start making huge actions, start creating a life that allows you to live your purpose, and if you're ready to take action and you're ready to, start seeing changes in your life and having the results that you deserve, and actually having a life that makes you feel good and makes you feel happy, then I have a special offer for you. I'm offering a free, powerful 30-minute consultation. And normally this consultation is worth £300, but in this consultation, because I want to get you to have lots of value, so in this consultation, we will look at what's blocking you currently right now, what's stopping you from having the success you want, what is preventing you from, creating new results, having new success. We'll look at helping you understand how our beliefs, actions, and thoughts and behaviors shape the success that we see in front of us. And then we will also look at, what it would look like, what us working together, and if we're the correct fit. And even if we're not the correct fit, that's perfectly fine. You'll still get a copy of this presentation to help you, to inspire you. You'll still get, as an added bonus as well, my free ebook on the 7 steps to building self-esteem as well at the end of the consultation. That would be a gift to you. For all those who sign up for a consultation, you'll get that. And, so I'm still going to give you lots of value in terms of helping you. But for the consultation, it's going to be for those people who are ready to take action, who want to be A players, who are ready to start seeing massive changes in their lives and start earning more money, start having more confidence, start to living life by their purpose, and start to have control of their life and be able to call the shots. That's what this consultation is for. So that's you. Then in the comments below, I'm going to put a link to my website where you can book your consultation. So don't waste time. Get on there straight away, book your consultation, and let's start helping you to create a new you and helping to create the life that works for you. Otherwise, if you enjoyed it as well, put comments in the comments below, top stuff. If you stay to the end and you're an A player, then comment A player. And also, whether you take the consultation or not, I just want you to share with me what's one thing that you can take away from tonight's live that you can straight away implement into your life, because it's an implementation that you start to see, where you start seeing changes and start seeing success. So pick one thing that you can think, okay, I'm going to incorporate into my life to start taking action and start seeing results differently. And also, like I said, I'll give you a copy of the slides. So I'll also post that in the link below. And I'm also going to be doing another live tomorrow around 6 p.m. So check that out. And if it's really beneficial and you enjoyed this, which I think you have, because you wouldn't have been watching this if you didn't enjoy it, then I implore you to also tell your friends and family and colleagues about this, because by that you can then start helping them to get in really good educational content, to start making changes in their lives and start helping themselves. Because it's all about us helping each other. I'm sharing this content to help you, and then you can then help other people around you to also help change their lives. Otherwise, thanks everybody for being on tonight's live. We will catch up again soon. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.